How is everybody this fine Friday evening? All keeping well? Nice sunny hot summer's day for you all, was it? Yes? Good. I hope so. Right, let's see who we got in with us today, joining in the fun. I know we've got two in because we've got two thumbs up. So we've obviously got two people coming in joining the fun. Fun in the sun. But it said none up there. That's the weird thing about it. Oh, we got addicted. All right. Get myself in there. Give myself a thumbs up. Who else have we got coming in? We've got, RC Master. Addicted, you were first. You beat Emily today. Well done. How did you manage to do that then? That's a yes, Gary. I was literally just hitting the go live button as you messaged me. So yes, that is, I thought, well, I'll just go live because then you'll see it's live rather than trying to answer it. Rarest Tortoise, evening. Dan's Bearded RC, evening. RC Master, evening. Samba Gogo, evening. Chris White, evening. Oh, we've got a lot in today. All coming in thick and fast. A few things to do tonight. We've obviously got to fix the granite because we never got around to fixing that last week. So we've got to do that and get that done. Depending on how we get on with that, might rip out the big rock and start doing some ball joints on that. Ugh. That's the mind. And of course, we'll have a little chat and a little wiggle and a woggle and a boggle and a diggle. But you all came for this, didn't you? I know you did. You all came for this. Sneak peek. Right, Hoskins, evening. How are you? Well, glad you like our videos. At least someone does. Perfect timing. I just picked my phone up to check out YouTube and bam, I quickly refreshed and you were going live. Perfect timing, Addicted. You must have known that. You must have had foresight or something or other. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Waterside Bashers. All good, thank you. All good. And well, I have to say, this RC car, I thought, I knew I had a parcel coming in this week, and it was actually the part. UPS messaged me on, when was it, Gary? Tuesday, saying that there's a parcel due to be delivered on Tuesday because UPS are absolutely useless. And I thought, okay, fine. And I thought it was something else that was coming. It didn't turn up on Tuesday. And then get an email saying it's rescheduled for delivery Wednesday. And I looked at the track and well, UPS didn't even have it yet. So I don't know how they were going to get it to me. Anyway, it didn't turn up Wednesday either. So that's then rescheduled for Thursday. And it didn't turn up Thursday either. And it eventually did turn up today. And I knew this was coming, but I wasn't expecting it just yet because it only got shipped on Tuesday, I think, from China. So the parcel I thought was turning up was saying that which was shipped, I think, early last week, which actually something totally different, which I will go and get because we do like to do sneak peeks on here. So I have got something else that came today, which I need to get tested, but unfortunately I can't test it at the moment because I'm a bit disappointed with CNHL at the moment because 3 out of the 4 batteries I bought from them, the big chunky 8,000 milliamp hour ones, have gone pear-shaped. We have one go proper pear-shaped, which is that one there. And you can't even get that lid on. Now they did agree to replace that one. Once more came in stock, well, more come in stock. So I still had 2 other ones and I still got a 4th one. But I've not used, these have hardly been used. In fact, all I do is charge them up each week. I take them out with us just in case we do run the X-Max. But we haven't run the X-Max in weeks, to be brutally honest with you. And I went to charge them up last week and they'd gone pop, that one gone pop, look. And that one's gone as well. So I've contacted them and find out what they say. But yeah, not overly happy about that because That's not good. They've hardly been used. You know, you see this coming off, and that's because I normally put tape round the top and the bottom of hard cases, just to give them a bit of protection. That's the only reason that taping has come off where I've peeled it off. But apart from that, you can see that there's really not that much scuffing on it at all or anything. I mean, it's like brand new. So, in fact, I think those two have only ever been running the Axe Max, because we were running these two. I think they've only probably been run twice, 3 times tops. So, I haven't actually got any batteries to run the Axe Max at the moment to test out what we've just been received as well. Which was an unbreakable body from Basher Bodies. It's actually quite funky as well. It's hard to show what it looks like in flesh on the camera, but it actually does look. I've always been dubious about these unbreakable bodies, about how they look and feel. I think this is quite meaty, and actually with the design of it, I quite like the design of it. It needs some decals, and he's obviously got decals to stick here, and they seem to be sticking okay. I'm struggling to peel them off. Not that I want to peel them off, but I just thought, how well are they stuck on? So they are stuck on well, and that back one as well. So obviously, I don't know whether decals stick to this one or not. I think it needs some sprucing up. So I need to find out where I can get some decals from that will make it pop a little bit, if you know what I mean. Right, read some comments, shall we? Looky. All right. Oh, good thing was that's an hour of my diffs. Very happy. An hour on your diffs, or an hour driving them, or an hour working on them. Eric D. Johnson, evening. How are you? I saw that RC on AliExpress. Weird that only the buggy version comes with 3S battery. The other 3 versions come with 2S battery. From what the seller. Yes, I think that there's only the buggy version shown at the moment. This one did only come with a 2S, but they did put a 3S in there with it. Speaking to Beyond RC today, I haven't run this yet. It turned up today. I'll get it a brief video unboxing it tomorrow, and then hopefully get it out Sunday and work on that video next. My only concern is I don't want to just be seen to be doing budget RCs at the moment. I'm working on the Ralo video at the moment, which I've got to get out. And then if this one's next, that's three budget RC videos we've done back to back. But I want to get that out next because it's not available yet. And I'm so excited. I've not been as excited about an RC car in a long time as I am this one. Just because we were so impressed with the brushed version. But I am going to message them and recommend that they sell 2 versions. That they sell it as a 2S and also a 3S option. So if people only want to go 2S, they can price down a little bit more. And then if they want to buy a 3S version, they can as well. So I don't know what this one does, but I think the buggy did about 22 miles an hour on 2S and whatever it was on 3S. So for a brushless system, I think they need to up it a bit, personally. Because otherwise it's going like the other one that we have, which is 22 miles an hour, but this should be tougher. Well, we'll come to have a look at that in a minute once I've read all the comments. Silent Hardcore, what RCs are you taking to Fan Jam? All of them. All of them. So it'll be this. I've got to hire a van, more than likely. Hopefully I can hire a van. If I can't hire a van, it won't be all of them. But it'll be the X Max, the Losses, the Techno, the MT10. Basically, we take everything, whether we run everything or not, because we're taking the drift car, the WPL, obviously the Tamiya's. Might take the drone. I have to get my licence renewed, my operator licence, because I don't have that at the moment. So I might take the FPV drone, try and get some footage with that. But pretty much everything I can take, I can fit in, I will be taking. People should send me stuff to test if they haven't got time. I don't mind. Evening WTF, Craig, how are you? Yeah, they're sitting by, they have been out of the house. I've only had them in today to take photos to send to CNHL. Now they've got new stock in. You have funny pears, that's more crusty loaf. Whatever that means. I don't know, RC Master. I really don't know whether I just got bad batch or I don't know. Because I've not had a problem with the 3S1s. And I've not had a problem with the 2S1s. Wheels down, RC. How are you? Plans for the weekend or getting out and having fun on Sunday? I'm done with seeing actually my 2 brand new 6S puffed up in one run and got all cells at 3 and one at 1 bought in both. At least customer service good and got refunded. Yeah, the customer service has been great. I mean, I said they're the only ones I've had issues with. The rest have all been good. The weird thing about those lipos as well is the IRs on them are fine. I always check IRs whenever I charge a lipo. I keep an eye on them. They're all super low, between 1 and 2 milliohms, whatever it is. Do you have any information on the price of the new Aralo? I do, Marlin. Are you talking about the Truggy? Well, it's not new. It's a Truggy one. They're trying to send it to me, and I'm saying no at the moment. Mainly 2 reasons. One, I don't just want to be doing budget RC cars. We've got this one, we've got the Arlo, and I want to get back on to doing some of the other stuff. I don't mind doing the budget ones when they're good, and when they're priced fairly. The one they're trying to send me, which is the Truggy, they want it to sell it at $169, and it's a 1/14 truck. It's basically a Truggy of the WL Toys, blah, 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 blah. And I've gone, it's too much. You can get those cars for like $100. So people aren't going to, yes, you get spares with them. And they're trying to say with upgraded parts on it, it's better than WL Toys, etc. But is it $60 better? I don't think so. So I'm talking to them about that at the moment, whether they're listening or not, who knows. But they keep trying to send it to me to review, and I'm basically saying no. They are working on a 12th scale one as well. But again, I'm saying you've got to price it right, because if you don't, you ain't going to sell much. I'm still waiting for that DJI FPV drone from David to test. It's been sat in the bag for a year. Driving on them hard, really race style. Yeah, but we don't. It's only in the X-Max guy. That's the stupid thing. I went racing with my X-Ray Wednesday night using the Team Orion lipos. They went crazy hot and swell, but still alive. They do it from nude, just how they run. Yeah. No, I expect when they're being used, they puff up, but those ones just haven't been used. This is a GPS smart move to keep the price down. GPS back is sold as an accessory. Yes, we will go over it all very, very quickly once I've caught up. How close are we to Mr. Talbot? Well, as in to talk to or distance-wise? Distance-wise, we're about 100 miles apart. To meet up and go out with, we try and meet up fairly regularly as a group, with all of us in it, but it depends on what people are doing, where they're going, what the weather's doing, what everyone's schedule is, etc., etc. I can't keep driving 100 miles every weekend. 100 miles there, 100 miles back. So I was out with them 2 weeks ago. Could have gone out with them last Wednesday, but then people bailed because they weren't feeling well. I wasn't going to go because it was, again, sticking another 100 miles. And I could go out with them again this weekend, but I probably won't, because again, it's 6 hours worth of driving for me, and at least a 200-mile round trip. So it's a bit much sometimes. They weren't expensive when I bought them, Josh. I bought them on offer. I only ever buy lipos when they're on offer, really. Evening, Alex. How are you? Evening, Alistair. X-Max servo blew up. Managed to say that. I am going to get to look at this car in a minute. But this is the servo that I've got sitting at the sidelines waiting to go when my X-Max servo, if it eventually blows up and goes. I've bought the cage that you can put any 1/8 scale servo in there, and I'm gonna put that in there. I think should be a link down below. This is quite a good servo, very fast, strong. It's 32 kilos or 35 kilos. Give you an idea. Anyway, that's the one I'm planning on sticking in there when our one eventually goes, because the stock one is only 26 kilos, believe it or not. You've asked that, yeah. Just a thought, but are they They're not high voltage lipos, no. The brushless versions, they're trying to sell me a brushed one for $160. Send me a brushed one, which is $169. I know they're trying to come out with 1/12s as well. If you're talking about the brushless carbon one, yeah, we've got that, but I'm working on the video for it at the moment because we had to do something different because every man in his dog had one. It is the same ones that caught fire, and they did send me a replacement straight away, yes. It doesn't need to be that powerful though, Zoz, to be brutally honest with you. Raz Shift Runs Monster Servo is only a rebranded AOG or whatever it is, which I think you can get cheaper. So it's not his own brand, it's a rebranded. He's not made them himself, he's just rebranded another make. According to Claire, it's pronounced Ralo. Yeah, it's Ralo, however you want. How's customer service with who? Evening, Alistair. I'm good, Dan. Just getting ready to go for a bash in the morning. Nice. Where's everyone from? I'm from the UK. Good evening. Hope my 4 comes before Xmas. Yeah, it got delayed, didn't it, Vapor? Hopefully next week for the 4S. I'm excited about that one as well. Motor fans, Alex, get those Surpass Hobby ones, 35mm ones. You won't need any after you've got them. If not, I've got some spare plastic ones you can have when we meet up next, or you can get them off AliExpress, like 10 for 10 quid or whatever they are. Don't spend a lot of money on, just get the metal servo, the metal cased, what do we call it ones? Right. So, obviously you've seen it out of the box now. It does look nice, so it does come in quite a nice little box. These are obviously, I don't know whether you've seen it, Beyond RC's got his buggy one already. They're also doing, I must give you the birdie then. They're also doing the truggy. This is the one we've got, and then a girly-ish pinky one. Now, these ones, looking at them, they do come with the body clips. And this one comes with body clip as well. I'm not sure about the buggy because I haven't got a picture of the buggy on here. This is going to be like a live unboxing, but it's not a live unboxing because I will do a quick unboxing tomorrow, but probably not going into much detail. Anyway, that's that. You get the bits and pieces. The battery's quite funky. I won't get all that out because you don't need to see that at the moment. But this one here is basically a duplicate or a brushless version of what we had. And it comes with this rather good, and I love this. I mean, Traxxas probably don't like it, but because it is X-Max style, you take it off, clip system. But you get this, it's a 2845, so it's quite a big motor. I don't know what the KV is, though. I'm trying to find out what the KV is. ESC there, and a radio, which is all separate, which is quite funky as well. So you get, obviously, a separate radio, separate to ESC. So if you want to put a new radio in there, you can, which is brilliant, I think, as well. Battery-wise, I do like the battery because it comes a little humpback one. I'm struggling without my glasses to read, but I think it's a 1050 milliamp hour pack. Yes, but I have got a 3S1 in there as well, but it does come to, this one comes with 2S standard. Obviously oil filled shocks, plastic chassis, and no GPS unit, because you can buy this, which is the GPS unit. Now, I don't know, I haven't opened this up to have a look, and I'm not going to today. That's a GPS unit. I don't know whether you get a new receiver, which I'm guessing you do, because you get the new radio as well. Whether that all then plugs in to here, don't know. But I haven't even fired it up, to be brutally honest with you. But I'm quite excited. Quite excited about this little car. Aldo, how are you? So, there we go. And it's got an LED on the front. I do love cars that come with LEDs. And the pricing looks like it's going to be quite good as well. So I'm very excited to get this out for the weekend and see what we can do with it. And see what it does. Now, the funny thing is, for a later video as well, so we get this one out, we'd do a basic run on this. I've got the other one. Okay. The other one is sitting over here, and it's in bits at the moment. And the reason it's in bits at the moment is because there's more bits of it over here. Look. I did start working on it to put a brushless system in it. When they contacted me and said, "Oh, we've got a brushless one we'd like you to try." So, as you can see, the body is the same, just different colours. I like that body as well. And we could freak everyone out and just run that one on it, couldn't we? On you go. Try and do this one-handed. We could freak everybody out and just run it with that on there. I don't like those batteries. Other batteries fit in there. Quite a few other batteries fit in their mast. In fact, those fit in there. You just have to, what I've done on my one is, on the other one, is just trimmed that bit off, because otherwise it slices it. But that's what I've done. And then I'll put a bit of cushioning up here just to keep it away from that. But yeah, those ones are, flip that round. Those ones fit. These are 2S ones, obviously, but these come with WL toys and things like that. So that's a 2600. That again will fit in there, but you do need to trim off this bit here. But this bit's dirt cheap. If you want to buy different batteries, for example, you don't have to buy those ones. You could buy separate ones and trim that off and buy a spare bit of this, in case you did want to run those batteries again. So yeah, anyway. Got to put the battery back in now. Okay, we have a... open. No, I'm doing it back to front. That's why it won't go on. You can't fit this backwards on like you can the X-Max, which is a little bit shame to drive it backwards. Not supposed to be looking at this, but what comes in here? This is a T22 system, and I think you must get the radio, the GPS, and a new receiver to fit as well. How much this bit's going to be, I don't know, but this is to do obviously the app, which is quite funky. If you've got a young child which is into gadgets and stuff, it does give you the speed, does give you the battery, does give you the telemetry, reports a lot of stuff back, and even GPSs you onto a map, etc. So it is quite funky, but for probably young boys that want to have a bit of tech. but at the same time, I understand if people don't want it and we're forced to buy it, which push the price up a little bit. So anyway. Right, let's catch up. Can you see me okay? Probably not. There we go. If businesses listen to the customer, they make more dollars, no brain. They would do. Not a lot of businesses do though. The other thing I've told Aralo is they're talking about their cars being better quality, and I said, well, you need to start using hex screws instead of crosshead screws, because crosshead screws suck. If they start using hex head screws, you know why. They listen to me. I have 3 4S batteries with bad cell in each, tabs broken on first cell with wire, nothing to solder on. Make 2 good. Braver man than me, Oz. Martin does that, but yeah. The notorious Kieran, how are you? I need to keep on top of the maintenance before it turns into junk. Just chuck it in the cupboard, Martin. The rocket fans, there's a link in the description of the different sizes. There is indeed. There is indeed, Marlin. There is a link in the description. Not sure we didn't get them in the UK. If you can, they're under different makes, Alex. They were quite expensive. The price went up. So have a look on AliExpress where they're a bit cheaper. You want the 35mm rocket fan. Just Google 35mm rocket fans on AliExpress. Yes, AGFCR, whatever they are. That's the servo that Raz is rebranding. I'll try and remember after the live stream, Alex, if you message me now to remind me, and if you find them, message me you found them. Can you plug that GPS into any receiver? I don't think so, because you could technically, in theory, I'm guessing you can probably run this on any car though, with that radio. Shall we have a look? Let's have a quick look, shall we? Does it have to go into the MJX Hyper-Go? Could you run this on, if you can run this on any car, even like the cheap WL Toys cars, if you can fit it, which you should be because it's not very big, and the radio and the receiver, I probably won't run this. And the radio and the receiver are good radios and receivers, which we didn't. I don't recall any issues with the stock radio and receiver on the MJX Hyper-Go. Don't believe there was a delay or anything. There was on the Aralo one, but we didn't keep it on the stock one for very long. And I know they started sending out new radios for it. And then the next batch will come the new radio. So let's see what we get. Right, so. You get some wires. They must go into the battery somehow to tell what the voltage is on the battery, possibly. Yeah, you do get a new receiver. You get a new receiver. Get that radio, and you get the GPS. And then you get phone mount that you can clip on and put your phone actually on the radio now. It's quite funky. Stick things down, receiver, install the transmitter battery, receiver, BVD connect cable, whatever that means, connect to the battery. Don't understand all that. I said I won't be using this. They did send it to me, but I probably won't be plugging all that in and putting it in. We're just more of the basher type, aren't we? So if anyone buys one off of our links, when they eventually come, I might do a giveaway on this, because we probably won't use this. Don't know. Who knows? But maybe I could do it so if you buy it off the link, you enter into the draw for this. Just thinking, out the box. Right, let's put this away. It gets its own little tent, look at that. Need to look at this. Is that like a separate? I'm not a fan. 2-1 systems. Can you plug the GPS? Is it better than we expected? It's not worse than we expected. I haven't driven it yet. F1 Matt. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. I love the build of it. So, proof's gonna be the pudding when we get it out, though. Mini tracks with a better electric, yeah, probably. More like Hoss Chrome. Max is a bit different. It's quite MT10ish. Diff or slipper. No diff, no slipper. It's direct drive to the front and the rear. Do a backflip off your iPad. No. Hi MBRC, how are you? I don't talk to, I text them, RC Master. I don't physically talk to them. I don't think they probably, we wouldn't understand each other. They're probably using some sort of translator, I don't know. Yeah, Bluetooth module on the Traxxas stuff doesn't really do much, Alex, to be brutally honest with you. I had a look on our one because we were given one. It doesn't bugger all. Do we have a favourite RC at the moment? We do have various favourites depending on what we're doing with the cars. So, for the car that we like driving the most at the moment is definitely the Lossies. The Lossie 5Ts, we're loving driving those at the moment. From bashing and durability and beating the bejeebies out of. And on a large scale, it's got to be the X-Max. On the smaller scale, it's got to be the MT10. On a budget scale, it's got to be the Hyper Go. Hyper Go is probably the toughest, most durable car we've ever tested. Love the Mojave in the right conditions as well. Love the Techno for driving around tracks fast. Love the Creighton EXB for jumping high. So a lot of it will depend on what we're doing, where we're going, to which car we like the best, if that makes sense. Robert Wood, how are you? Why does no one in your group use a Wraith? They're awesome crawlers. I don't really do crawling wheels, Dan. I bought one crawler just to have something in the class. I have seen a Wraith and I do like the look of the Wraith, but I'm pretty sure someone had one the other day when we were out. Well, gaming with Louis, what you need to do is get another car so that when you're fixing the other one, you've got one to play with still. RC Misadventures, I'm doing very well. How are you? Does that GPS system? I don't know, Gary. Probably not. If it does, I don't know what the price of it is, but it could be a good replacement for the Sky RC one, couldn't it? Hi, Jeremy. Hi. Did he like what he saw? That's how we all started out. Yeah, I started with one. This was the first. No, tell a lie. This was the first car we got I got Callum when we started getting back into the hobby. So we both, he had a Maverick version 1 years ago. Jack had the Tamiya Plasma Edge, and I had a HPI E Savage, but that's going back like 10 plus years. Then we got back in the hobby. I bought Callum this for his birthday, and that's when we really did get back into it big time. Infraction is it's not a car you probably take out all the time. I haven't driven my Infraction for over a year now. If you don't want the module, Dave, I'll buy it off you and need another one. What's that for, Alistair, though? Where are you going to stick it? You haven't got a hyper guy, have you? All good, thank you, Jeremy. What do you mean only quickly popping in now? That's not good enough. You know, you're supposed to be one of my biggest fans. You can't just pop in and not stick around. Might be in France, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's just not good enough. And where's Elijah, you know? It's just not good enough. I'm sorry, but it's not good enough. Actually, I read something the other day. Was it today or the other day or the other evening? And someone actually made a good. I haven't looked into it, but I'm thinking whether it's cheaper to buy in the UK the Mega Infraction and then buy the motor and the ESC for the Vendetta or the Brushless Infraction from Jenny's RC and fit that instead. And see if it works out cheaper than buying the full 3S Infraction over here, because that's pretty much the only difference, I think. Yes, Alex, definitely. We just haven't been anywhere to drive that one any recently. Right, so the issue I have here is this is all blowing out. You can see this. So I need to, again, that's come loose, so I'm not sure. I'm hoping I don't bust any of these off, because these are quite easy to break off. Can't really see what I'm talking about, can you? These come loose and you have to then bend them out to get them to fit back in, and you can see it's all churning up as well. So I've got to bend them out a bit. I've got to put new heat shrink on, but I want to take the motor out before I do all this, because this has all come loose as well, and I'm not sure what's going on because the back of this had come loose. So I'm going to take this motor out, have a look at it, see, check the bearings are okay on it still and everything, because we were getting severe cogging and it not working properly. Now that may have been just that this was loose, it may have been that was shorting against the motor case, it may have been because this was loose, I don't know. But what I will do is I will get the motor out, we'll have a look at it, and then next time we go out I will take a spare motor and a spare ESC with me. I have a spare ESC, and if it does play up, I'll then just start fixing it in the field, because they're not too bad to fix these bits in the field. I need to get my other glasses though. You can't just pop in, he's about to work on army, you're going to be here. Wheels down. That's funny. I actually like these 3S cars though. Shouldn't put it that way. Don't take it that way first, do we? We take it, or do we? Can't remember. Maybe we do take it that way. Let me try and put it out this way. There we go. I actually like the 3S cars. I've always said, until the MT10 came out, I always said these were the best bang for your buck bashers you could get. And then the MT10 came out, and that changed the game. And I always used to recommend that, if people were talking about getting a first car, I'd always recommend a 3S Armour. Just simply because it allowed you to learn to drive effectively without having to worry too much about the breakages. You were out. You were out. There we go. Out you come. Take that fan off. Undo the motor. Undo the motor. That's a bit loose as well, the red one. Let's see what's going on with this. As I said, I still lost that there, so I need to find another screw that will go in there, and I do have one. That I can borrow. I'll borrow one off here. These are crosshead ones, which are a bit of a pain. Do they go in there though? I'll borrow one from this because this motor's pretty toast now anyway. 1, 2, 3. Because I've got to look see if I'm going to buy a new shaft for this, because I did bend that shaft. It bent down. That was in the Aralo. So we can take bloody horrible screws again though, isn't it? Crossheads. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We need the Did Callum come in? Hello, hello. COYG10. What's COYG, Callum? They do. Well, it's not them that's making them, is it? These are hobby wings, basically. Find a toothpick or a small piece of rubber or plastic and stick in the holes in the middle. Stops them coming loose. You mean cocktail stick? What are we talking about? Does it have to be plastic? Do you mean put something like that in there? That then stops them coming together, does it? Ooh, I might be going out tomorrow. I might see if I can get some. I might have to pop down and see if I can get some cocktail sticks that's a plastic rather than wood, because the wood might expand and go horrible. I hate changing the bulkheads. Aralo. So Callum, what's this 1-0 you were saying? It can be anything that will squish a little. Okay. I see what you're saying, because that will stop it pinching in, won't it? A good idea, Craig. Always. See, this is the thing. I learn things from people. Will teach me something on here, and that's what I love about this hobby. a lot of what I learn, it's either from my own research or I learn it from other people. And then I share that information on as well. That's what I love about the hobby. It's all about learning and sharing. Obviously learning and sharing correct information, because there's a lot of bad information that goes flying around. A hell of a lot, isn't there, Gary? I was going to one, I was saying with one guy, he did my head in the end. Did my head in. Some of you may have seen it on the is it the Creighton EXB forum or Facebook group? That guy totally and utterly fried my brain. He got upset as well. Bless him. See, we're still running pretty much stock on all this. I'll give it a clean up. There's still the plastic spur on this. Bearings are still okay. Still on the original slipper. Not touched that. This is a version 2 though, not version 3. I think a lot of the problems started happening on these cars with the version 3s from around July time. I think that's when a lot of the issues started arising with the diffs, the drive shafts and everything else like that. And the slippers, the slippers are always a bit of a pain, but once I set this one up and did my little slipper clutch trick on it, it's been good as gold. He scored with a chip. Well done, Callum. Reliable durability is more like it. And I've been having not a debate with them, but I had a bit of a discussion with them about the speed run challenge they did as well, which it turned into a bit of a joke. They set some rules and then promptly decided to effectively ignore the rules and then change some rules that suited them. And I just told them I said, we're out, forget it. It's just turned ridiculous, in my opinion. Other people might not think so, but it turned absolutely ridiculous. I even watched one video which they've allowed to go through today where the guy, you're supposed to use a stock body, so people are lifting the bodies up and they're running them at least 10 centimetres higher, or they're just taping the bodies on. This guy's cut a great big hole here with the ESC sticking out and then put the body on. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. Why have a rule where you've got to use a stock body and then you allow people to do things like that? Bonkers. And I think a few people dropped out from what I can see because of it. One day they might listen. You've got to set rules that actually make sense, and people then and you make them follow it. My Max has taken a pounding, so treated it to a new body. Rock and roll body, baby. Nice, Alex. We could have sold you our rock and roll body. The thing is, we've got the rock and roll body because... Hey, can you... Hang on a minute. Your Max version, your Wide Max, can you get a rock and roll body for the Wide Max now then? Because we got the rock and... See, again, that's slightly annoying because... Callum's Max was the rock and roll version, and we got the rock and roll version because you couldn't buy the body on its own. So we immediately changed it and kept it because you couldn't buy the rock and roll body on its own. Elijah, hello. My greatest fan. Did Noah tell you? Evening, Kevin. How are you? On holiday in South Wales. Oh, what's the weather like? Are you going? If you're in South Wales, are you there next weekend? Take a little shoot up to Snowdonia, and you can go to the whatchamacallit, the Rossa Day. So any of you with YouTube channels get recognised by people. Happened to me last week at a racetrack and didn't expect it low. It was like, yeah, it's me and thanks for subscribing. Didn't know what I was to say. Yes. Not recently because I haven't really been going out much. But yeah, beforehand I remember the first time, I still remember the first time it happened. And I was on my own filming. I think I was filming the Creighton EXB at the local park, and this group of boys were sitting across the field watching, and as I finished up they walked up and went, "You're a hardcore RC," and it's like, yeah. And it felt a bit awkward, and oh, we watch you, and then, you know, we went to Wings and Wheels, people said it, and we went to Monster Truck Nationals, and people said it there as well. So yeah, it is. It's humbling, but also a bit embarrassing at the same time. It's a bit weird. Oh, that's not going to come undone, is it? We'll take it out there then. Then we get this plastic off, and then we heat. I want to check the bearings. And we get some heat on those screws. Not the hype one, Dave. The Traxxas Bluetooth module. If you have one, don't use it. Oh no, I do use it, Alistair, but it's just it doesn't do a lot. If that makes sense. I need to. What I keep forgetting is that you can use one controller for everything. So I think on the crawler it does more, doesn't it? I've put it on the max at the moment. So what I might do is I might set the X Max up to the. I might set up the rather not the X Max. I might set up the max to the TRX4 controller. I'm not sure whether that sounds good or not. And then use it on the TRX4, I don't know. Actually, I might just take it out and put it on the TRX4 anyway. It sounds a bit rough. This car is Callum's Granite. According to Wilson's models, I can say, oh, it says it's for the extended version. Oh, what's coming out there? A bit of metal. I'm not going to categorically say it's not Alex, but I wasn't aware that you could get it. They might have released one. I know you could get the. I prefer the yellow. The other one that you can't get is obviously the Sunbeam, whatever it's called. Why am I using that? Just use this. Is it Sunbeam or Sunburst or Starburst? I can't remember now. It's so long since I've looked at the Traxxas bodies. I'm sure is it Starburst, Sunburst, or Sunspot? It's Sunny Sunny something. I can't remember. Which became my favourite body after the Rock and Roll, and then I really like the yellow one that you get on the new Wide Max. You can see this is a V2, not a V3, because it's got the hasn't got the adjustable motor mount. Let's see if that's enough. We are good. I will confess, this has never been off before. So, I'll let that cool down for a bit. Cliff Jones, hi, how are you from Mid Wales? You must be going up to Rosser on next weekend then. Where in Wales, damn it? Wales is huge. You should go up to Rosser. You and Eclectic Electric should go up there, mate. It felt funny when another guy spotted the Noble Pro with my name on it and recognised the transmitter before you. Hi Ryan, how are you? Kevin's lying, he ain't in Wales, he's Googling locations right now. He's going to Rosser. He's going to Rosser next weekend. Promise you he's going to Rosser next weekend in Snowdonia. I'm from a little town called oh, I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry Cliff. Nice little area, not many places to run. And I said, oh, that's a shame. Starburst is it Starburst? Starburst is a, oh, I thought it said Starburst is sweet. Starburst is a sweet, yeah, okay. Must be a star, is it star, must be Skittles then. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a Frutella. I've got the yellow, but it's looking a little worse than wear now. Oh, that's because you've been driving it bad, Alex. Starburst is a knockoff Frutella. It's just a cheap Frutella. You can't beat Frutella. Oh, what did you get, Seth? Do tell. So unprepared today. So unprepared. So I do apologise. You come. I think that bearing's all right. I'm going to pop it out. It feels all right. If you don't know how to get that out, bit of bread. If you don't believe me, watch my video. That one feels all right. The difficulty is getting that bearing out. I think this front bit twists off. I think. If it's like the other one that we've got over there, the cheap one, that you twist, and this is separate to this. So I think these bits do actually twist off, but we don't want to do that. We want to, that grub screw is definitely looking worse for wear. So we'll heat that up, probably try and take that off. does look a little bit worse for wear, that grub screw. Should be okay. Yep, we are good. Oh, that lovely thread lock breaking away. Oh, still up. Ah, that is definitely hot still. And we've got a bit of corrosion going on there. My glass is gone. I've got them both on. Right, we have got a bit breaking away there. You can see it. Ouch, that shaft is still hot. Got a bit broken away just up there. It looks like a bit of plastic or something or other. Oh no, don't know what that is actually. Broken away from something. Quite hard. I think it's part of this. Somehow it's broken off and got into the motor. We were lucky it didn't blow the motor out. Oh, that's still hot. Oh, that's tight. That don't want to move out. Ah! Oh, that proper hurt. Ow. Yeah, let go of that. Ow, 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 ow. You can see that. That's going to turn into a nice little blood blister, I think. Oh. Yowza bowser. Solar flare, that's the one, Gillian. Thank you very much. Right, drink because I'm thirsty. Shrewsbury Flower Show next weekend. I'm getting dragged. Oh, Cliff. Can't you pretend you're ill? Say you got COVID, they all go out and leave you behind, then you go out. I'm talking to GG from Eclectic Electric on the phone. Okay, well you guys should all head up to Rosser. I want to go to Rosser but won't be back in time. I want to jump the Typhoon off that ramp they've got. Imagine 150 mile off the mega ramp and bam into the... I'd like to go there now as well, it's just too expensive. 120 quid per person, whether you're driving or not. So me, Jack and Callum on 360 in, 200 quid on petrol, on 560 in without anywhere to stay or eat food and eat, and without any breakages. She said he's not interested in any motorsport that isn't electric. Okay, I managed to get him to take a break. Hello, Electric, how are you? That finger is armor. No, it's not armour tough. You got to be a Lexter. I like it, Tim. Evening, Revo, how are you? Food just, oh, what do you got? Everyone seems to have food turn up. I thought we were supposed to be in like a cost of living crisis and everything else like that, and people seem to be having food delivered left, right and centre. Right, I want to check that bearing out and make sure that's okay, that one down there. Down there okay? Bit of dirt in there, I'll see if I can blast that out. I've got any cans of air left. Not really. Might have to get on the compressor. It seems to be magnetic, which is not good. I wonder if I can knock that bearing out from here. Anyone know if these do untwist? You must be able to get to that bearing, surely. Oh, don't do that. I've got Integer motor mount gear housing for the big rod. I haven't bent the stop plate twice. Most Integer stuff is junky, but this piece actually holds its own, even with a steel spur flying around in it. Okay, that's interesting. No, yeah, you're right. Most Integer stuff does. How much are they? Are there set screws on the side? No, there's not. There's no set screws on it. But I can't believe they cut. They can't mould it in that piece. So what's this? We look at this one, which is similar. You get the set screws at the back, but this front end, to get the front end off, you twist it. So I'm wondering whether you do the same for these motors. which I imagine you do. Ideally, you want a tool set up, which you can put in 2 of these holes. Ooh, that's just given me a thought. What are these? Are these M3s or M4s? Wouldn't it be funny if I just find out something that I don't think anyone else knows about armours? They're M3s. Right. Come with me into the sea. We shall have a laugh. If I do that, if I do that and that, if I then take this, it might be Loctited on though, mightn't it? Should we try heating it up? Yeah, it's this round here that's split off and went in. That's definitely from this. If it's Loctited in, if I heat up round there, I don't know, it might be welded. It's not welded on. I'm just thinking, can I get it off? Has anyone else thought about trying to do this or not? I don't know. I wouldn't have thought about doing it until I saw that other motor. Use the motor mount to the wrench. Could have done actually. I mean, it could have been super glued in for all we know. It might not come undone at all. Tell you what, it's starting to get hot. That's getting hot. I'll let that cool down a bit. I've done this side here, so I'll do the motor side next. Till drill holes in a metal bar and screw it to the front. Well, technically you could do it, as someone said, I could have used this as a wrench. Technically, but I'll probably get more leverage with a 3mm hex. You've got the Traxxas two-wheel drive track and you've got big plans. What are your plans? Evening, Steve. You got your 125 started. Which 125 is it? I haven't heard about 125 for years. I'd be surprised at how hot your mum's hairdryer was. Did your mum know you were using a hairdryer to put some Loctite on an outcast chassis? That is quality, Noah. Your mum comes to use a hairdryer and can't find it because you've had it. Oh, brilliant. Actually, about it. Why don't we just hold this? And some mollies. Then we can heat it up some more. Yes. Come with me down to the sea. A Yamaha SR1. Not that I know what a Yamaha SR125 is, but I remember from years ago when I was at school, people used to have the old 50s. And then when they were 16, and then as soon as they were 17, they got their proper visual license. They used to step up to the 125s, because back then you used to be able to drive the 125 on a provisional. I don't know if you still can or not. You still drive the 125 on provisional? Really need to get a better blowtorch. This one's on its last legs. Good when I bought it, good make. Eroder. So this could be totally and utterly bogus that I'm doing, and it might not work at all, but as they say, if you don't try, you'll never know. Actually, try that one there. Oh, I thought we had gone then, it wasn't, it was this slipping there. I thought we popped it. Don't do that too much because I don't want to bend and make it concaved. No. No, it ain't gonna go. So, that don't work then. It must be super glued in. Ow. Must be super glued in or something. Ow. Which is a shame. I think these bearings are put in there quite tough. Saying that, I think it might be coming out. Saying that, it is out! Yes! All that faffing around and didn't need to. Try a hairdryer then, Dave. I've got a heat gun. Ooh. The bearing's a little bit. I think they're press fitted in. They are, and I've just got it out. It was a little bit. Let's say it was seized. It was a little bit rough though, but a little bit of turning seems to have freed it up a bit. There's tons of stuff I know that I haven't tried, and for good reason, which makes me think, how do you... I don't know. Let's use a simulator. Oh, you obviously do something. Oh. Hi Mike, how are you? Have you had your car out recently? I did not understand why you wanted to remove the front, but stay so, because I didn't know whether I could get the bearing out or not, because they're press fitted in. I've got to press fit it back in yet, which could be fun. I might have to go and find my bearing fitter. Overly happy with. It's not gone, but it's not. There's no play in it. It was just a little bit rough. Was there play in it? A little bit of play in it. tiny weeny little bit of play in it. Ah, that's still hot. Yeah, that is still hot. Why is it still so hot? How much did Nate advise help you on your channel goals? Who's Nate? Oh, that is still hot. I'll try and clean that out. There's a bit of dirt in there now. Let's get the magnets. See if this don't suck it all out. See? No. Got them a bit too close to the core because they'd have gone down there. They could have been a pain to get out. Right. Square yet. Probably need to go and find a bearing fitter. Right, you can come with me. I'm going to go and find my... I don't know what I've done with it, where it might be. Don't think it's in here anyway. Don't think it's in here. I'm pretty sure it's in the garage. pretty sure it's in the garage, but I'm not 100% sure. No, I would have seen it up here earlier when I was looking. Oh, what did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Is that it? Or is that my... No, that's that thing. It's my reamer. It might... Try that might help me. Got a bearing pusher somewhere, which probably would do the job, but I don't know where it is. Not going in straight is a problem. Not help me none either, is it? Not long enough. No, that ain't going in straight. Oh my life. How does everyone else fit these things again? Would people rather buy an FX0 or the rival MT10? MT10, 100%. Not many people now actually know what they're talking about though. Very true. Very true. RC Master, not a true word said. Oh, yeah. Against MT10 against FT-DR8. The MT10 is probably tougher out the box, but the DR8, oh, that's another great car. I've got to get ours back out. I'm just waiting for some upgraded parts. With a couple of upgrades on it, the DR8, but the DR8 does have a metal chassis, so if you're going to do any hard bashing with it, then you could bend the chassis, but it's a lot quicker. I would say it's more fun on general running around, etc., etc. The DR8, great car. The MT10, if you're going skate park bashing and stuff like that, yes, but the DR8 is, again, a great car. It's a tough call. That's a good shout out. Good question. Look up the air rack. That's who I worked for. Guy went from 0 to 1 million in a year, now 2.5 million. 2.5 years later, over 8 mil subs. That's who I worked for, though. Oh. You need to follow his... Is that how you get those thumbnails done, Mike? From 0 to 1 million in a year. What was his subject line then? Because I do love your latest thumbnails, Mike. I think are brilliant. Yeah, DR8 on 16 tooth as Revo, as Russell says, is brilliant. I need to get this bearing back in. I probably shouldn't have taken it out, but I needed to check it was all right. And you must be able to get the things back in. Otherwise people wouldn't take them out. Where's the other ones? I just want to know how you do those thumbnails. I spent hours on thumbnails and mine look trash compared to yours. Maybe it is all the way in there. No, it's not. I can see it's not all the way in there. It's close on this end, so it needs to go down on this end a bit. Now it's getting there. Sorry about the banging. I forgot about headphone users. Apologies. This hard to come out. Come out a lot easier than this. I do need a pusher, but I don't have one that will go in there. I felt that pop in a bit better though. Yes, it's getting there. Almost there now. I've mushed that up pretty bad actually. I think that's in as far as it goes now. Evening Jay, how are you? Have you seen my comments on your previous live? Because they just disappear for me. Comments afterwards or comments during the live? I've seen your comments before. Is there any specific comments? Are you talking about on here? Comments on here? First time I've seen you comment is just now. Oh no. I saw you say hello everybody at the top there. Use a nut driver that conforms to the outline of the bearing. Yeah, I think that's what I ended up doing was that. I use Photoshop, but I'm just not that skilled to do what. I mean, have a look at Mike Stone's latest, his last couple of thumbnails. They're absolute quality. That took me about 5 minutes, a bit longer than that, but yeah, I was trying to get it. I was hoping to get it so it looked really good, but I just couldn't get the angle on the grating to do it. Multi-purpose tools, I call them. Pliers have the best hammers. Yep. Steve, multi-purpose tools. All good, thank you. All good. No, the live before this one. Comments after it had been live. Oh, I will have a look. If I have no comments left to look at, if that's what you mean. There's no comments that I haven't responded to, unless they are unless they've been held for review. But that being said, I have had occasions where all of a sudden I will have comments turn up that are like 6 months old, and they've never shown up before, and all of a sudden 6 months later they suddenly, like 6 or 7 different people's comments will suddenly appear. And you know, I can't go through it. Unfortunately, I can't go through every video looking and trying to find comments that haven't been. So I have comments, I have it set to comments I haven't responded to, and those are the ones that will come up and show. Sometimes YouTube just throws a wobble in and doesn't show you properly. Right. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's had a bit of a clean out anyway. I don't think I've got thread lock here, have I? There is. Oh no, there's no thread lock left in that. I know there's not. Not unless I can whip it out like this. I can, look at that. Ooh, that doesn't screw in there. That do not screw in there. That's not good. Don't do that. So that one goes in there fine. I say fine. That one looks like it's squidged out horribly. That is squished out horribly, that one. Which is not great, because it does allow that to move a bit then, doesn't it? Huh. Don't know what to do about that then. See you later, Mike. Take care. Thanks for coming by. Hi, Dean. Hi, Dan. Hi, Dan. Hi, Dean. Why I'm not surprised that the bearings on the bearing method, I don't know whether they have died. I mean, this motor is over 2 years old now. Hi, Wayne. How are you? Just got back from overtime, working double overtime tomorrow. Are you still working on the brushless conversion? The brushless conversion, yes, the motor turned up this week. I doubt I've got to now do the actual brushless version, and then my plan is to do the brushless version against the brushless conversion version, if that all makes sense. Did you remember your sand? My motor bearings were bad. I changed them and now it runs away smooth and folder. Dan, did you remember you said my motor bearings were bad? I changed them now and that runs. Oh, okay. Yep. A bit of play, nothing major. As I said, this motor is over 2 years old now, so and it has taken some abuse. But we will get these heat shrinks sorted out as well, because that's naffed. And then we'll get it back in the car. Actually, I'll do that. How long do I need it to be? I might double heat shrink this because it's not the first time I've had to do this. So I might put one lot on and then put a lot over the top of that. Try and protect it a bit more than what it currently is. Once. Come on. Don't make me go out to the garage to get thicker stuff. Where's the 6mm stuff then? Right. Go and get the 6mm stuff. That's the 5mm. Look at my hair and he's cutting again. Does everyone give me a thumbs up? If you haven't given me a thumbs up, why not? $6mm. Only 56 thumbs up. Come on, guys, 57. What is COYG2 nil? What are you talking about, Callum? I'm guessing it's a football game. Thank you, Martins. Oh, you Gunners. So who are they playing? I'm guessing that means Arsenal are playing. Let me get some more. Get some over the red one. Give that a double. Give that a little bit more protection. I don't have blue, so we'll just run a little bit of black over the blue. We can still see the blue, so we still know this one's blue. Come on, man, don't make me get stuff. I've been listening, but that's almost entertaining with that motor. Well worth a thumbs up from everybody. What, I've missed some comments. My brain just started sparking from that response. Am I getting the Chronos out soon? Well, funny you should say that, because I had to, I can't Gerlocks because I still don't have the parts that I need, or the part that I need. It's been 4 months now. The part has not been in stock anywhere in the world. I don't believe the part has been in stock since they released the version 2. I sent them a message asking when it was due to be in stock over a month ago, and they said 25th of July. Well, the 25th of July came and went, and it's still not in stock. So I actually sent them another message this morning saying, where is it, what's happening, yada yada yada. And they came back and said, oh, it's just been delivered, please be a bit more, they said you have to be more patient. I have to be more patient on a car I've had for 4 months and not been able to run for 4 months. Not good enough. So I do not recommend anyone to get a Team Corrali, because their part support is the worst in the business. I don't know how he could have worked for 2 years. I have a brushless system from Armour, very quickly failed both. How old? What version cars were they? These are the original BLX. These aren't Spectrum ones. These are 3S motor. It's original BLX version 2. So it's the Spectrum one. It's probably a Spectrum one you've been having problems with. Who Alex? Not sure who Watford. Pretty sure that goes on there and there. I know nothing about football either, Alex, so we're in the same boat there. I support Chelsea. If someone was to say who do you support, I would say I support Chelsea. And the reason being, because I used to support them as a child. And I can honestly say I did support them as a child, because I have that. Look how old that is. I mean, made in England as well. Wish I had the date on that, but that was probably when I was 5 or 6. So this cup here is probably 50 years old. You can see it started doing the old cracking stuff. I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher now. But thinking about it, yeah, this cup's got to be 50 years old. It's a collector's item now. I need the centre brace, the centre tower. Because we broke it and we can't get a replacement anyway. The bit that goes on the centre bit and then runs down to the body, from the body down to the centre, the centre diff housing. But I can't suggest anyone buys a car which you can't get parts for. I actually told them today, I said, well, they need to start thinking about taking the parts off of existing cars that they haven't sold to then supply them to people that have bought cars and can't run them. Because they're still selling cars, and quite clearly the part, with the part in them. Not good enough. The thing is, anyone that's broken that part hasn't been able to get it for 4 months anywhere in the world. Can't 3D print it, Martins. It's a whole tower. Whack that mug on eBay. Do you think so? No, I couldn't, because it was bought for me when I was younger. I'm not getting any more, Ryan, because 3 of mine are puffed up. I hope yours are okay. And you saw what mine were like a couple of weeks ago when they were fine, weren't they? Just suddenly puffed up. Bob's RC, hi, how are you? Just had a pleasant RC thrash in the woods. Nice, Griffey, very nice. My old Rottie was called Burkamp and my oldest son is called Theory. Guess who I support? Chelsea? Don't tell Callum you support Arsenal. What KV did you put in your HPX? Griffey? I've got 5400 KV motor going in ours. Savage Dave, hi, how are you? Tell you what I do want to do. I want to get a new grub for it. And I will show you what part is broken and what part's missing and why you can't 3D print it. That part there, all broken off the bottom. This is the part that I need, and this is the part you can't get. Alexa, turn on lights.
Okay.
So just getting a new grub. Whenever I put a pinion back in, I always put a new grub screw back in because I have a lot of them. I bought 200. 200 for £2. Can't argue with that, can you? And it just saves the hassle of keep using the same one and then rounding it out and then not being able to get it off and then going mad because it's got a cheap armour grub screw in there which you've just rounded off. Not that one, that's 3mm. Where's my... I put that in the wrong holes? I did, because I'm an absolute idiot. I put that one in the wrong hole. I'm an absolute idiot. Come on. Okay. Guru RC, hi, how are you? 4600. Yeah. Is that in? What car's that in? Graphite? Is that in? Oh, that's in your HBX, isn't it? This is the one I got. I'll go and get it. This little one here. 5400. Okay, on 2S that's going to be absolutely crazy on 2S. I think it was only like, I think it was 20 quid. The thing I like about this one as well, it's got the different sizes, so you can fit it to different size motor mounts. Quite good. It looks cheap and horrible, but it's actually got quite a nice little weight to it as well. So I'm looking forward to, and that's going, I'm pairing that up with a quick run Hobby Wing 60 amp ESC. An electric screwdriver would be more comfortable and faster to twist the motor screw. Yeah, I normally do use electric, but when I'm just doing it here, and it keeps the noise down. Still feels quite tight on the old mesh. There's no play on that mesh whatsoever. It's because I've got the motor upside down. Oh, what an idiot. I don't know if that makes any difference or not, but I always say that mesh is a bit tight. I'll swap the motor around, put it the right way round. I'll put the motor the right way round now. What an idiot. We're having one of those nights. Clearly. If this was an adjustable mount, I would definitely give it a bit more. That being said, Alexa, turn on lights.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off lights.
Okay.
I could always use that, couldn't I? That's from the Big Rock, because we don't use it in the Big Rock anymore. Why don't I use that and I'll get a better mesh? I'll put this in, I'll see how the mesh is. It looks tight to me. If I think it's still tight, then I will probably swap it out for the adjustable one. I think that's tight. There's no real play in that whatsoever. I'll check it with the other bearing on, but I've got to wash my I'm not even going to ask Savage Dave what you've got to wash. I've got a Maverick Quantum Flux R for a racetrack and I'm waiting on adapter because I'm not bothered to solder XC90 connector onto the car, but I think it looks absolutely epic. It does look good, Jude. Be careful with the Deans though on it. I don't know why they bring Deans, but be careful with an adapter and Deans. But it does. I personally love the look of it. Some people don't, and I get that it's not going to be to everyone's taste. But I also think it looks brilliant. But I do get that some people say it looks cheap and nasty and boxy and this and that. I do get that as well. No, I think that's tight. I think that mesh is far too tight. Also, I finally got around to fitting the metal servo saver and steering bits in my W. We've been doing well with our speed car. We just got to find somewhere. I mean, we dropped out the challenge because it just got stupid, in my opinion. Yeah, that's just going to chew up. That's just going to chew stuff up. That is. Pin needs to come out a little bit anyway. But I'm going to take that off of there, and I'm going to fit. I am going to fit the adjustable motor mount because that mesh. I'm surprised it hasn't gone already. Whether it's something I've done tonight or not, I don't know. But that mesh is far too tight. Off to bed already, Alex? God, you're an early bird. No night, mate. Thanks for coming by. Might catch up with the weekend, but I think it's unlikely. Unfortunately, it's just a bit too far to go for a short day out. Dave, I'm sorry, but wine is disgusting. What wine? I can't get my WO Toys brushless conversion to mesh properly. Lol, tight it in some spots, too loose in others. If that's the case, Ryan, I imagine you've got a bent motor mount, a bent motor shaft, possibly. That would normally what causes it. Night, Jude. Thanks for coming by. Got to wash your face. Well, it was the emoji. I couldn't really see the emoji, and it looks like a kitten, so it's almost like you've got to wash your kitten. Maybe you have got to wash your kitten or your cat, I don't know. Why do you all hate 6S on Dean's plug? I've never had issues with that. That doesn't even get warm. It depends on the situation, Martins. The Dean's is only rated to 60 amps. If you start pulling more than 60 amps, it could desolder. It depends on the car and how many amps you're pulling and what you're doing with it. But in some situations you're going to be okay, but in other situations you're going to melt. Be careful again. One thing you don't want to mesh up. I know. I've seen the results of bad mesh. It's not pretty. Tried 2 different motors and motor shafts. Actually, that is actually bent. That could be the cause of it. That screw is bent. And that screw is bent as well. Good job, Callum. He's actually bent the motor screws. That could be actually, you can see it as I do that. You can see it's bent. Ooh. Have I got any spare ones of those? M3s. Don't know whether I've got any spare ones of these. We might be cutting some screws down tonight, guys. Don't know whether I've actually got any spare ones, but that could be the problem. That because I've moved things, because that was bent, it might have been bent in a certain situation, holding it correctly, and now I've moved it, I'm pushing the motor closer to. So I might not have to change that after all if I can find some straight ones of these. Or some straight screws that will go in there. I don't know whether I've got any of these. Put you up there. I'll have a look through my little bag of tricks here first. Going down. We have some with serrated sides, but I don't know why they'd have serrated sides. Anyone have any ideas why they'd have serrated sides? Don't think I have any in my quality screws though. What have I? Ooh. That's an M320s. Ooh, in 12x9s. They're a bit long. You can cut them down though. M320 cap hits. Oh, they're M30s. M36. M430s. M430s. That's not it. I have some, but I'd have to cut them to size. It does mean the Dremel's coming out. Now, I'm running low on these ones as well. I don't know what I use these ones for. How many of these did I buy? 20. If we use them for something, I'm down to 3. Your favourite tools coming out for the headphone users. Sorry, the Dremel is coming out to play. Back for your coffee break, Zoz. What do you do for a living then? If you're working this time of night. Right, headphone users, I'm going to make a noise. Sorry. Melted my mat. Noise again. One done. Noise again. Noise again. Right. No more noise. Thanks for the warning. Hopefully this time you got enough warning. The one I just cut, not that one. Not that one. I'll say with them. Those two need to go in the bin. Right. Before we use that, we are going to give this one more try. And we're going to make sure it's on the right way round this time. I probably should just use that adjustable mount, but I am going to give this non-adjustable one more try. I work in an automotive electronics manufacturing company as a test and debug technician. We make Harman Kardon hi-fis, dual clutch controllers, body controller. You make Harman Kardon stuff, do you? Very nice. Very nice indeed. Bum-bum. I'm going to try and sneak this bikes around makes fix itself. Night everyone. Night Steve. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming by. What are the spares like for the Hypercar in the UK? They're brilliant because it's the same as the FTX Tracer, and Model Sport pretty much stocks everything for that, and it's also the same as the HPX Pro or whatever it is, Number and Pro. So yeah, the HPX, the MJX rather, Hyper Go spare parts are plentiful. Bob, it's Steve that's going to bed, not me. Or is Bob going to bed? I didn't think Ian was in. Right. Let's see what our mesh is like now, shall we? Still rubbish. All that, it's still rubbish. It's just way too tight. Look at that. Look how tight that is. That's just bonkers tight. I'm surprised that hasn't chewed up already, actually. No play in that whatsoever. Okay. We gave it a go, it didn't work, and I don't know whether it was something I've done to it tonight to knock the mesh out like that. I don't know whether it's always been like that. It just seems weird. Luckily, we've got a spare mount. I'll just swap it out, put that one in. Use the adjustability of it. Sucks a bit, that's all. You've got to use an adjustment. I prefer to use fixed ones if I can, and mainly because I hate meshing, especially on these can be a bit of a pain to mesh. I'm assuming I did put the bearing in. You see, I don't think there is a best brand for bashing, Martins, to be honest with you. I don't think there's a best brand, because each brand has different cars. Some are good, some are bad, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't sit there and say X brand is better than Y brand. If you take the budget brands, for example, we had an EA machine that we thought was brilliant, and the last one we thought was rubbish. So, and some of the Tractor stuff's good, some of the Armour stuff's good, some of it's bad. So I wouldn't say there's any brand which specifically has all great cars, and there's probably no. There might be a brand. Corrali has pretty much. I don't know. I can't say on Corrali because I don't have every Corrali car. I only have one, but my experience with it sucks. Guess who's back? Back again. Which one produces the best tyres? Again, it's you can't really say. No one has the best of anything. You know, I like the backflip tyres, but I don't like the copperheads. So the Boots tyres can be good, they can be bad. I don't like the guitars on the original Italian because the wheels crack open. I don't like the X-Max tyres. I don't dislike. I dislike the foams though. The foams are rubbish. So everyone's slightly, they're different. Yeah, exactly. MT10 brilliant. MT8 sucks. And MT1. So it's how long is a piece of string. Some make good cars, some make bad cars, some make good cars, some make bad cars, some make good cars. You know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Just a bit tight. Better, much better. Right, let's get some thread lock on these. So we have a bit of mesh, much better mesh doing it yourself. Night Martins, take care buddy, thanks for coming by. I think skate parks, it will depend on what we're driving, to where we're going and what we're doing, as to whether we want skate park or wooded area or car park or etc. It's just mixture. The Star Armour cars are way too expensive for what they are. The electrics are terrible, parts cost more than bird, and you spend absolute fortune on upgrades. It's very true, Noah. Whereas over time, a Traxxas car likely seems expensive from the outset, and over time it will be cheaper. And that's just facts. People don't like that, but that's just pure. I mean, it might be different in the US, but certainly in the UK and I think Europe, parts for armour are expensive. Only part he broke on the MT10 so far was a brake. It's sucked, just lost the anti-roll bar linkage, but maybe new one with the end loops and 2 WL toys dampers. Win-win. Nice. That's what I do. One thing I do like about this hobby, it's just using ingenuity and applying different things from different cars to fix problems on one car. Can't say the Max servo is great. No, it's rubbish. I'm having one of those nights. That screw's bent as well. I didn't put the bearing in. Unless it's not the screw that's bent. Oh, I bent that, look. I actually bent the shaft on that. Oops, because that was my new one as well. Must have been when I was trying to take that thing out. No, I don't think so. Don't know. It's a little bit annoying. I bet the rhythms with flat. I bet it rhymes with flash. Ooh. Yeah, the Servo the Max isn't the fastest or the most powerful ever, but it has worked perfectly. I don't want to tempt fate, but we're still on the stock stuff there as well. But I don't want to tempt fate. Need some carbon fibre or a new chassis to fix my Max, actually. Just get a new chassis. Or get some of that carbon and bolt it through like Martin did. I think it's just better off getting a new chassis. Yeah, even if I don't get on with it and get rid of it, I can't really lose money on it. That's the best car to get. I've got to find out if the parts are in to make ours the long Max. I did say to Canada, because we need a new bulkhead. No, we need a new centre chassis. We need a new body. Right, let's get this back in the car. Go there. I am having one of those days. Because I can't get that on that way. I need to put it on. Oh, what? Hi, Slow Don. How are you? I'm having one of those days. I'm being very, very stupid today. I think it's because I'm getting old. Oh, frozen. We're down to 20% battery. Ground control to Major Tom. Right, I've got to be quick now, haven't I? Which means I've got to remesh this now. Oh, I've got to remesh it again. Refred lock it again. Make sure this goes on the right way. It goes there. It goes there. It goes on. Goes on that way. Pretty sure. Double check. Yes, it does. Right. timed me for getting the motor off and back on again in record time. We can get this bit out there, come on. Okay. Take the iPhone 12 and stick it in the back on, and stick it back on charge. Now, I won't be much longer here anyway. It's iPhone 13 as well. Just chew through the live streams. Just chew through the battery. Put this. I'm pretty sure it does go in that way around. In fact, I know it goes in that way around. Don't even know what I'm thinking about. Which way around is it going? Because it does go in that way around. It does look good. Right, let's tighten that one up. And we'll thread lock this one. Even though I'll put the thread lock away again. Third time for the thread lock in this. I've got 5 crispy pounds for you if you want to wash the van, roof and all. Who's doing? Is this your van, Alistair? Won't Harley do that? What are we beating on, Slowdown? We're beating on. Sorry, I've just seen that message. We are beating on a Armour version 2 BLX 3S motor, which we've had some cogging issues on. I wanted to strip the motor down and find out if I could see anything wrong with it, because it hasn't been stripped down for absolutely ages anyway, just to try and rule out any issues going forward as well. And then if it does it still, then it's either the ESC or the motor. Don't know which. I can swap out the ESC or swap out the motor and we'll find out what's wrong with it. No, I'll give you the £5 for free because you're a nice guy. Have to be this Sunday though. Are you going to come back from France, Noah? Should be a fully sized 1970s Golden Dodge and mounted car mounted on mobility scooter chassis I went to see today. Oh, nice. Colin Furs, Who doesn't love a bit of Colin Furze? Who doesn't love a bit of Colin Furze? His neighbours must absolutely love him. Right. Now, what we've got to do that without breaking them, and I'm going to put some, as per Craig's idea, we'll cut that off like that. Maybe we won't cut it all the way off there, maybe we'll just trim it off there. So we can slot it in there. Ooh. Chop off the end. I hope this works. If it don't, you're going to be chopped in. Actually, I've got to heat shrink this bit as well yet. But before we go any further, let's just make sure we can still plug that in. We can. Oh, it's nice and tight now. Yes, we do like that idea, Craig. Not only do we like it, we love it. That can come off. Heat shrink 5mm black. Long. And then we'll double this one up as well. Bum, bum, bum. Guess who's back? Back again. Even longer on this bit. That does need to go that way round. That one's done. Do we need to do the red? I'm going to put some more on the black, on the blue rather. I'll leave some of the blue exposed so we can see what it is. And I will put some over the red. If you wonder why I'm doing this, these just, one thing I've noticed on these Armour 3S cars, they do seem to rub through here because they rub on the heat sink. So I'm just doubling it up just so that it lasts hopefully a little bit longer than what it has been. If you've got two layers to go through, hopefully that should last a bit longer. Couldn't get to sleep, so I'm back for it. Just perfect time. I knew you were coming, Craig, and I've tried your little cocktail stick in the end bit. It does make it a lot tighter, so we are going to do that to the other two now. I've probably done that one too much. Oops. Snippity snip snip. So I can get all these still in there. These ones just feel a lot. I can do all these up still. These ones do feel much tighter than the other one. I don't know if I can. I'm going to take these out. If I can get them out. Can't get them out, I'll burn them out. Why would the yellow one go in and this one won't? Time to set off the smoke alarm. I don't think the blue one's going to go in either. I have a horrible feeling. No, blue one's not going in either. Got that one out though. Right, flamethrower. Set the smoke alarm off. Might get a bleeping in a minute. Oh, desoldering it. Oh, that must have got hot. Oops. worked on the yellow one. Just crushed the end a bit, yeah. Well, I did it now. The yellow one worked fine, but it was the yellow one that kept coming out. Oh, it's still up. Yep, goes in now. So I didn't desolder it too much. Blue one's fairly tight anyway. I think it was always the yellow one that used to come undone this anyway. And the yellow one is nicely and tightly in there now as well. Put the fan back up. Slot it all back in. Bish bosh bash. Not what I'm going to do about that breaking away there. Just sheared off on the inside. And then one way to find out if it works now as well, isn't there? Get the controller, plug it in, turn it on. Here's a 3S, oh no, wrong connector. What do I do with all those though? Loads of those around, what have I done with them? Those, I don't know what I've done with them. Oh, they're in the garage. Power up. Doesn't appear to be cogging now. Well, we'll take it out. Take it out, give it a bash, see what it does. But it seems to not be cogging now. Which is good news. What did I do with the screws? It comes from under here though. is. Have I seen the new Fid Racing electronic 1 fish scales? I haven't. But I don't tempt me with more fish scales because I haven't got the room for them. I haven't got room for more fish scales. Needs more power. It's only 3S. You missed me making a right fool of myself, Jay, and basically not putting stuff in when I should have been putting it in. Not putting, and then having to take it all apart again because I didn't put the heat sink on. So just being a MILF basically. Wilf, not MILF. I'm not a MILF. Wilf. Now I can't get this to go in. This is the easy bit. Done. Your car is done, Callum. That should fix it. That should be fixed now. What did I change? I just went over. I just made sure all the connections were correct. Checked the motor out for anything. Just made sure everything's connected up correctly. Basically, I thought it was a loose connection, and it looks like it was. So if yours is cogging, just check all the connections. If it's still cogging, change the ESC. And if it's still cogging, change the motor. And if it's still cogging, put the old ESC back in and change the motor and see. Try and just break it down like that. That's what would my next step. If it was still cogging, I was going to change the ESC, and then if it's still cogged, I'd have put the old ESC back in and then change the motor, and that should have ended the cogging effectively, because it's got to be one or two. It's either the connections or the ESC or the motor. So it's just a case of breaking it down. And I thought I'd start with the wiring first and just make sure, because we had lost a screw out the back of the motor as well. There's still a screw missing now, but it doesn't look like it'll accept any more screws because it's just worn out, that bit. I think Callum's just squished it too many times. Right, I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to get a fresh drink. Then I'm going to sit down. And I might go and watch Prey. What's it like, Gary? I saw you started watching it. Is Prey any good? Well, there's a movie out on Netflix today as well, isn't there? It's the is it the vampire one? I think that was out today. What's that? The Italian EXPN now 1650 Max 6. What a drift! Oh, so you've changed it to a Max 6 1650. Great setup. All the Armour Success cars should come with that, in my opinion. Not this 2050 BLX 150 amp ESC rubbish. They should all come with their Max 6 and a 1650. Prey's fantastic, is it? Good, I'm going to go and watch it in a minute. When did you watch that WTF then? Earlier? Or started watching them? Okay, I'm going to watch it tonight. I was going to do some more editing. I'll have to wait till tomorrow. I don't get much time during the day. I'll get 0 time during the day because I'm working. And good news is work is... You're frozen again. Oh, down to 10%. Oh, we're down to 10%. Good news is the new job is really picking up now. Getting some nice business coming in, some nice orders, so that's good news. I feel a little bit more comfortable now. Cheers, guys. Oh, I needed that. Got it from TD. Whoever TD is. I'm debating on just buying a Scorch chassis for my Typhoon or extending it to a Mojave chassis and putting a bigger system. Bigger system as in an off-road speed car, anyone? Depends. It'll ultimately depend on what you want to do with it, Ryan. Is the ultimate thing. If you want to run it as a speed car, off-road speed car, I mean, even with a Mojave chassis on it, it's still going to be lifting at a certain speed. I don't know how Noah's getting on with his, but I know it will still lift. I don't think Noah will get to 100 miles an hour with his. I think it will lift. I hate to say that, but I do. I think it will start lifting at about 80 miles an hour. I could be wrong. But it's just physics, effectively. Let's plug this in. Oh. My hair needs cutting. Look at the state of it. Fits max with extended chassis. What we got going on then? So, the MJX Hyper Go. This is what I have found thus far. Does look good though, the options. Swap it over. So, at the moment, this is ex-VAT, so you do need to add 20% to that, but £82, so it works out about £98. That's for the buggy. It's only the buggy that I can find. List at the moment, that does come with a 3S battery. But they do, as I said, all bearings, all metal gears, etc., etc. They've got that's the buggy. That's the other monster truck, but with clips. That's the optional part. So the buggy, that's what we've got with the clipless system. That's another monster truck, but with the body clips. And then the truggy. Now the truggy before, I think, came with the clipless system, a bit like the sledge, but they've changed it. It's more like a techno type truggy body now. But it's looking good. Excited about it. I need to see what people. I haven't even drawn my own stream yet. Look at that, right? Volume down. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. I don't know whether anyone's around, but why one of the reasons I dropped out the Oralo competition, because they say you've got to keep the body on. Oh, you can't see it, can you? So he's got the switch outside. He's got a great big hole to allow the ESC to fit as well. And then not put the body clips on at the back. He's put the body clips at the front. No body clips pushing it down. The body's sitting way up high at the back. It's all taped on, look. And it's just like, nah. Can't be bothered with it if you're going to allow people to do things like that now. It's just stupid. Oh, 69, dinner for two. Yeah, I hate to say it now, but I think you're going to need to do something else to keep that front down. Even an enormous field, it's not the picking up speed, it is just pure physics, unfortunately. Why it does it on grass and not on concrete or tarmac, I don't know. But all I do know is it's the same with our Creightons. You know, Creighton will lift to 58 miles an hour every single time on grass. Doesn't matter what it is, it would always lift at around 58 miles an hour. And yet on tarmac, it doesn't lift until you get to about, I don't even know whether we got it to lift or not on the stock system. Good luck, Noah. I hope you don't crash it on that road, please. I hope it goes well. I really do. I have some thoughts on how to keep the front down for you, which I'll share with you another time. Wonder if I could sort of fill the tyres with expanding foam. No reason why you couldn't. I've got some thoughts that won't affect the speed too much. It was what I was going to do if I was to do a speed car. I just can't be bothered. We've got so much going on anyway, and time, etc., etc. I don't have the time to do what I need to do. I'm backed up with videos at the moment, which is a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time. It's just taking me a lot longer to edit them than it used to. But I am working on the next one, which is trying to keep it down. I've got so much footage to fit into it, and I'm already at 9 minutes, and we haven't been bashing yet. So I've got to try and keep the bashing down to a minimum. I've got to go back through it and try and cut down the time, cut bits out. That's what takes the time, chopping out bits which are irrelevant. Otherwise, this video would be easily 30, 40 minutes long, and people wouldn't watch it for that. People would get bored. So you need to chop out the irrelevant bits and then chop out bits that aren't necessarily irrelevant, but don't add anything, if that makes sense. Like if I'm doing 2 speed runs on the car to see how fast it goes, I don't need to do 2, I just need to do 1. Hi Dave, Bars and Tone, how are you? How's the new job going, buddy? I put weight in the nose of the car to help hold it down. Could do that, but the problem is adding weight doesn't help, and you do need to start adding a lot of weight to the front to keep it down. There's two ways to deal with it. Two very simple ways to deal with it. But I will tell Noah. I've just hit 234 miles an hour on one Air Smith Toys Porsche. Gearing was perfect. Added canards and a 2-degree spoiler. Was that scale? I think someone did do a scale one. I hit 2,000 miles an hour or something stupid like that. Good. Well, nice. I'm glad about that. It's always a worry when you change jobs, isn't it? Whether it's going to go well, whether you're going to settle in, whether you're going to enjoy it. Especially when you're moving from a very settled, secure career to then have. I mean, you've changed role, you've changed the job totally and utterly. I blame Chad, personally. I think it's Chad that persuaded you to do it. Did you push it off a cliff? No, he dropped it from the Eiffel Tower. He went to France for the day and threw it off the Eiffel Tower. All 73 thumbs up. We're getting up there. Not quite 100 I like to hit, but never mind. It is what it is. Right. Let's see if I've upset anyone today. Oh, Dino Mitchell's mentioned in their comments. Oh, he'll be there. Got Dancing Girls going to Fam Jam. As a 1980 designer, no go for me, but they look lovely. Adam Grits is coming then. Adam Grits, lol. Did you see, guys, did you see that I got the 4S Creighton today? It is really nice, look. That was my other sneak peek. The 4S Creighton arrived. Way too really sent them in harm. No, it was off the roof of a rental car because we all know they are the fastest cars. Yeah, because you don't care about them. Chad is making all sorts. He certainly is. He's driving you mad, isn't he, Dave? Right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Massively appreciate it as always. But I am going to go now because I want to go and watch Prey because I think it looks really good. I think it's going to be. I think it's one of the best Predator. I think it looks like it's one of the best Predator films ever done. So I'm kind of like looking forward to going and watching it. Get the lights dimmed, get some popcorn out, sit down on the sofa. The surround sound blaring out, upset the neighbours. Thank you guys for joining me as usual. Have a great weekend. Enjoy what you're doing, whatever you're doing. Go and bash, go and smash. Go and just have fun. And some of you I will probably see on Sunday. I'm not sure yet. I haven't even looked at the weather forecast. So take care, guys. Thank you again. And if I do see any of you Sunday, you will probably get to see the new Hyper-Go because I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping it lives up to what the expectations are. So anyway, guys, stay safe. Love you all. Bye.